Today I'm going to review the Galena from Little Lizard King. It's a free pattern, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about the Galena pattern from Little Lizard King. But before I do that, I have a special thing I want to do, and that is I want to say congratulations to my very, very good friend, Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. She's been a friend to me for a couple years now, and honestly, she's been the wisest, most wonderful person. If you haven't been to Karina's channel, you need to go check it out. Congratulate her, let her know that I sent you there. And she's amazing and well-deserved. So congratulations, Karina. I hope I'm right behind you. Anyway, on with our pattern review. If you have not seen one of my pattern reviews before, I do specific categories because I like to keep them really objective and talk about different areas because something might be really good in one area and not in another, as is the case with this particular pattern. Well, we'll get to that. So Little Lizard King is a designer that has been my favorite for children for a long time. They make the most beautiful frilly little dresses for little girls. Those patterns are just amazing. They're easy to follow, wonderful for children. But for women, they have just now started getting into the business of women's patterns. So they have maybe a handful, I didn't really count, but not a whole lot in comparison to how many girls' patterns they have. As I review, keep that in mind, that it's kind of an area of growth for them as I review this. So when we get to the details of Galena, Galena is a fit-in flare. It is a knit pattern. It has a fitted bodice and a half circle skirt. It can be a dress or a peplum. It can have many different sleeve options. Both options are available in women's and children's as well. It is just an overall very classic silhouette. The bodice can either be plain or have a faux button placket on both, either the women's or the girls. It also has long bishop sleeves or short puff sleeves with or without a band. So there are lots of ways that you can change this pattern up to fit whatever style you're going for. Wearability. So this is a very wearable pattern. It's classic, as I've said. It is comfortable. Knit dress is very comfortable and cool in the summertime. You can also dress it up or down. You could make a little black dress, or you could just make a top that you can wear over jeans. So there are many different ways you can make this. I actually made mine out of a overlaid stretch mesh. And another thing, it's also for all seasons. So it's not just a wintertime pattern or a summertime pattern. You could basically make it all year long. So the ease of construction, I would say, is a confident beginner. So most of it is pretty straightforward. You need to have a little bit of knowledge of knits. You need to know how to put on a knit neck binding, and they're very easy to put on once you get the hang of it. Their construction technique for a binding is a little bit different than the way that I actually do them, but I did it my way and it was fine. They actually attach from the back and fold over to the front, and I don't know, I don't care for doing it that way myself because I'm so used to doing it the other way, but it certainly works. And I've done other patterns of theirs in the past and they all do that technique. So it is definitely valid, just different. So the other technique that, if you haven't done before would just be gathering. And just one note on construction that I would put anytime I have a knit pattern that joins at the waist, I always add a little bit of clear elastic to the seam allowance. You don't stretch it, you just sew it down, you know, right on the seam allowance without stretching it. And what that does is it gives it some strength so that you're not going to split this seam by pulling it on and off. It's a really good idea to do that. I also felt that the instructions were well written and easy to understand. The diagrams were clear. So construction wise, I don't think you'll have a problem at all. Now let's talk about sizing. The one really down thing about this pattern is that it is very limited on the women's sizing. It goes 0 to 18 for women. It completely leaves out the plus sizes, which to me is not good. But I do kind of have to give them a little bit of understanding in that they're just now starting into women's. So I would hope that they're going to extend those sizes as they go along, because you can't completely leave out plus size women. So that is just one, I'd say, not great mark about this pattern. I was just on the edge really of being able to make it for myself. So unless you're really skilled at grading, if you're plus size, this isn't the pattern for you, at least yet, until they extend sizes. And it's my hope that that's what they're going to do. I hope. For girl sizes, they go from 12 months up to 14. So it's a nice big range for little girls, but the adults only go 0 to 18. So I think, you know, they really need to expand that size range. As far as fabric goes, you can use any kind of drapey knit. You want it to be something that kind of flows, because in order to get the beautiful silhouette effect that a half circle gives you, you need to have something a little bit drapey. So some suggestions would be, you could use a double brush poly. You could use, in my case, I used a stretch mesh over polyester. You can do, you know, really anything. You could use like a Liverpool. You could use a cotton blend knit, a rayon spandex, any of those kind of knits that kind of flow. It would be gorgeous, just gorgeous in that. It really lends itself to a lot of styling. I mean, you could make the ultimate little black dress with this pattern and dress it up or down with jewelry. I made mine in a top and I love it. It gives an hourglass, even where there isn't one, like me. So I really, I think it's a great pattern, and I think it would look so good on plus size women that they really, oh, hear me, little Lizard King, extend your sizes. It's so, so important for so many people. As I sum this up, this is a great pattern with a lot of really, really great marks from me, but with one kind of big, not so great mark, and that is just that they need to extend those sizes. I will be making this again for sure. I will be making it for my granddaughters. It is completely free, both versions on their website, and I think that you would not be sorry if you downloaded it and made it, because it is really a super nice pattern. I have plans already to make some more. I would love to make just a regular, just black dress. I think this would be a gorgeous holiday dress. I think in short sleeves it would be adorable as a little sundress. I suppose you could borrow armscye from another pattern and make it sleeveless. I don't know why you couldn't. So I'm really glad I made this pattern and I love it. You can't go wrong with free. And I think if you're learning how to work with knits, that this would be a really great one to work on. So that is my review of the Little Lizard King Galena. And I hope that it helps you make your choices. I think that this pattern could be styled in a lot of different ways. I just threw on earrings, but I think you could, you know, dress it up with a statement necklace, or, I mean, you could just, sky's the limit. So I think, you'd have a lot of fun designing your dress with this pattern. So if you make Galena, do me a favor and let me know in the comments. And also let me know on our Facebook group where you can actually share pictures. The link is down in the description below to join our Facebook group. We have about 1,300 or more in there now. We all share our makes with each other, pictures, even a few life events we've shared with each other. So it's a really great fellowship of people who sew. And if you're like me, you might live in an area where there just aren't a lot of people who sew. It's really nice to have a group of people that are like-minded. So I just love our Facebook group so much. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. Happy sewing.